It is 11:58 p.m. The apartment is silent except for the hum of the fridge in the kitchen, where 42 ounces of chicken sit in 7 plastic containers, each weighed to the gram. You are standing in the bathroom with the lights off. The only light comes from your phone, propped against the toothpaste tube, recording. You are flexing in the mirror. You are holding a measuring tape around your bicep, 16.25 inches. It was 16.5 last week. You panic. You haven't eaten a non-prepped meal in 11 weeks. You have $73 in your bank account. You spent $412 on supplements last Sunday, and you don't regret it. Your phone has a folder labeled Progress, with 2,400 photos of yourself, taken from the same 3 angles, in the same bathroom mirror, every single morning at 6 a.m. You are 19 years old, and you have decided you are going to be a professional bodybuilder. This is your life, and it is nothing like the YouTube videos make it look. What you're about to hear is the truth most coaches don't tell their clients, most influencers don't tell their followers, and most of you watching this already know. This isn't a hit piece. It's what's actually happening on the other side of the algorithm. It starts the same way for everybody. You are 16 years old. You are scrawny, or fat, or just average, which is somehow worse. You are scrolling YouTube at 1 a.m. and you watch a Chris Bumstead video. He is 24. He looks like a Greek statue carved out of obsidian. He just won his 5th Olympia. He is a millionaire. You think, I could do that. The next morning you sign up for a Planet Fitness membership for $10 a month. You don't know what any of the machines do. You spend 40 minutes on the lat pull-down because it is the only one with an instructional sticker that you understand. You go home. You order a 5-pound tub of Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard Whey Double Rich Chocolate on Amazon. It arrives in 2 days. You drink your first shake. You think, this is it. This is the rest of my life. 3 months later, you have a routine. Push, pull, legs. You have learned what creatine is. You have learned what bracing is. You have learned that you are not supposed to do bicep curls in the squat rack. Then somebody at the gym says it. You're getting big, bro. It is a stranger. He is 45 years old. He has a soul patch. He says it in passing on his way to the water fountain. He will never speak to you again. He will not remember saying it. But for you, this is the single greatest moment of your life so far. A dopamine hit so clean that nothing, not your first kiss, not your first paycheck, not the day you got your driver's license, comes close. You are hooked. You don't know it yet, but you are already gone. 2 years later, you have a different routine. 4:30 a.m. alarm. 45 minutes of fasted cardio on the Stairmaster, watching Sam Sulek eat ice cream on your phone while your stomach eats itself. 6 a.m. meal 1, 8 ounces of chicken, 2 cups of jasmine rice, a pinch of seasoning that doesn't have sugar in it, and a tablespoon of zero-calorie barbecue sauce that costs $9 a bottle on Amazon. You eat 6 of those a day, every 3 hours. You set alarms. You haven't had a beer in 9 months. You haven't been to a restaurant that isn't a Chipotle in 7. You haven't been on a date since your last girlfriend left you because the math didn't work. You couldn't go to her cousin's wedding because the food wasn't on plan. You said you would eat before. You brought a Tupperware in your backpack. And she said in the parking lot that you loved your meal prep more than her. And the worst part, the part you can't tell anyone, is that you didn't deny it. Your friends call you obsessed. You take it as a compliment. Sunday is meal prep day. You wake up at 7. You buy 14 pounds of chicken thighs from Costco. You season them in batches in 3 Pyrex dishes. You measure jasmine rice in a digital scale that goes to the 10th of a gram. You weigh broccoli florets like they are gold. The whole thing takes 4.5 hours. You watch Haney Rambo podcasts on your AirPods the entire time. Your laundry has a permanent chicken and cinnamon smell. Your gym bag has its own area in your apartment. You own 7 of the same black Gymshark t-shirt because you found one that fit your lats, and you bought every single one in the store that day, plus 3 online, plus you keep one in the trunk in case of emergencies. You don't know what the emergency would be. You just need it there. And you haven't grown a noticeable amount of muscle in 8 months. You have read every Reddit thread on r/bodybuilding. You have watched every Greg Doucette podcast. You have tried German volume training, Menser HIIT, the bro split, the push-pull legs, and a Haney Rambo FSD7 program that you bought for $200 on his website. None of it is working. You step on the scale. You step off. You step on again, naked this time. You take a photo in the mirror. You compare it to a photo from 8 months ago. It is the same photo, so you make a decision. You spend 3 weeks reading. You read Wiki MESO for hours every night. You read r/steroids until the words blur together. You learn what aromatize means. You learn what sus 250 is. You learn the difference between test enanthate and test cypionate. You learn that nobody on Instagram is natural. Nobody. You message a guy from your gym. You don't know his real name, just his Telegram handle. He goes by Ace1989. You met him by the squat rack. He is shredded year-round and he sells his own coaching service for $300 a month. You ask him about running test. He sends you a price list as a screenshot. 200 milligrams of testosterone enanthate per week. 12-week cycle. $500 for the whole stack, including PCT, Nolvadex, and Clomid for the come-off. He sends you a Bitcoin wallet address. He tells you to buy on Cash App, send to the wallet. Never DM him again about the money once it is done. You stand in your kitchen for 45 minutes with your phone in your hand. You think about your mom. You think about your future kids. You think about Cedric McMillan. You buy the Bitcoin. The package arrives in a brick wrapped in 3 layers of bubble wrap, inside a Forever 21 shipping box, 2 amber vials, a blister pack of Nolvadex, 20 BD insulin pins, 2 bottles of bacteriostatic water you didn't order because Ace1989 threw them in for free. You inject for the first time in your bathroom, your hands shaking, watching a YouTube tutorial paused on the screen. Quad, pin slow, aspirate. The needle goes in easier than you expected. Your leg doesn't even bleed. You sit on the toilet for 20 minutes afterwards waiting for something to happen. Nothing happens. You go to bed. 3 weeks later, you have gained 11 pounds. Your bench goes up 40 pounds in a month. Strangers at the gym start to compliment you again, but it is different this time. They look you up and down first. They know you sleep 4 hours and wake up jacked. You feel like a god. You don't come off after 12 weeks. You cruise instead a low-maintenance dose, then back up to a blast. That is just what you do now. You are on. You will always be on. If you are still here, hit subscribe. The next life we explore is going to be just as honest as this one. Every Thursday at 1:30 p.m., here is what nobody tells you about the bodybuilding industry. Mr. Olympia, the highest title in the sport, paid the winner $600,000 in 2024. That sounds incredible. Until you find out that the IFBB Pro Circuit has roughly 1,000 active pros, and only the top 50 ever qualify for the Olympia stage. Number 51 is making nothing. The average IFBB Pro makes less than $30,000 a year from competition winnings. Most make less than $15,000. The money is not in winning. The money is in supplement sponsorships, paid coaching, and Instagram. A coaching client pays anywhere from $300 to $1,500 a month for a customized diet, training plan, and what is euphemistically called gear protocol. A pro with 200 clients makes $250,000 a year coaching. The top coaches, Chad Nichols, Milos Sarcev, Matt Jansen, Haney Rambode, make 7 figures. They do not advertise this anywhere. And the supplement industry runs on a beautiful lie. The guy on the bottle is on grams of testosterone, hundreds of units of insulin, and human growth hormone that costs $2,000 a month. The product in the bottle is creatine and caffeine. The transformation in the before and after photo is pharmaceutical. The bottle is a souvenir. You learn what FFMI means, fat-free mass index. The natural genetic limit for human muscle is around 25. Most so-called natty influencers walk around at 28, 29, 30. The math is on a free calculator. Anyone can do it. Nobody does. In 2022, the world's most famous ancestral lifestyle influencer, a man called the Liver King who built an empire on raw organs and ancient living, got his emails leaked. He was spending $11,000 a month on growth hormone, testosterone, and peptides. $11,000 a month. He had been telling his audience for years that the secret was raw liver and bull testicles. The whole industry is the Liver King, and you are now part of it. 5 years pass. You finally win a regional show. You get your IFBB Pro card. You expected fireworks. You got a piece of paper. Your first pro show prep costs $11,000. Coach, $3,000. Diet plan and supplements, $4,000. Gear, $2,500. Travel and entry fees, $1,000. Tan, trunks, photos, another $500. Peak week is the worst 7 days of your life. You waterload to 2.5 gallons a day, then cut to 0 in 48 hours. You sodium load, then cut. You eat dry rice cakes with raw peanut butter at 4 a.m. in your hotel room. You glaze yourself with liquid sunshine and cooking spray backstage. You pump up with resistance bands in a hallway with 20 other guys, none of whom will speak to you. You walk on stage with 17 ounces of body fat. You finish 12th. You do not get paid. Your sponsorship offer comes in the next week. A small supplement company will pay you $400 a month, plus free product, in exchange for posting 4 times a week and tagging them in everything. You sign because everyone else does. You become an unpaid commercial. You are 26 years old. You weigh 245 pounds in the off-season. Your resting heart rate is 88. Your blood pressure is 150/90. Your hematocrit, the thickness of your blood, is 56, 8 points above the legal limit to donate. You sleep with 2 pillows because lying flat makes you feel like you are drowning. You go to a cardiologist. He does an echocardiogram. He looks at the screen for a long time. Your left ventricle wall is twice the thickness it should be. He uses a word you have heard before, but always about other people: cardiomegaly. He asks if you are using anabolic steroids. You lie. He prescribes a beta blocker and an ACE inhibitor and tells you to come back in 3 months. You don't go back. You go home. You eat your meal 4. You take your morning pin. You go to the gym. You already know the names. You have been hearing them since you started. Cedric McMillan, 44, heart attack on a treadmill. Sean Roden, former Mr. Olympia, 46, heart attack at home. George Peterson, 37, found dead in a hotel room 3 days before his show. Boston Lloyd, 29, kidney failure. Dallas McCarver, 26, choked on food in his kitchen. The autopsy found his heart was the size of a softball. You knew this list when you started. You watched the tribute videos. You commented "Rest in peace, legend" under every single one. Then you scrolled past, opened your meal prep, and ate your chicken. The thing nobody warned you about, the real thing, is not that you might die. It is that you started knowing you might die, and you did it anyway. Because the body in the mirror, the comments under the post, the strangers calling you big bro, the 16-year-old version of you who watched a C-bum video at 1 a.m. and thought, I could do that, that kid is still in there, running the show, voting yes on every single cycle. He was always going to vote yes. He never stood a chance. You will be him until you stop. And bodybuilding is not a thing you stop. It is a thing that stops you. You stand in front of the bathroom mirror at 11:58 p.m. The fridge hums. The phone records. You wrap the tape around your bicep. 16 1/4. You panic. If you want to see the next life we explore, hit subscribe. We do this every Thursday.